Another cold walk in this morning. Got in the studio, come in the booth, looked at the mic, and I thought, oh, let's talk about this. So some of you might recognize this microphone, especially if you watch a lot of podcasts on YouTube, etc, etc. This is the Sure SM7B. It's actually a dynamic microphone, so it's not a condenser microphone, which is probably what a lot of people use in home studios, audiobook narrators, etc. The difference being that it's not powered yet, and it's very kind of directional. It's got a very sort of, the capsule is very far back, and what this does is it makes it very sort of, it needs a lot of gain to get it working. But when you do get that gain, it's a superb mic. There are lots of things you can do. There's a bass roll off, or you can add a little bit of middle there, the buttons you can check at the back. It comes with a bigger pop screen there and there, and it's just a fantastic mic. During lockdown, I was suggesting to a lot of narrators that I was working with that were setting up at home, and I was saying, you know, go down the Rode NT1 route. Still a fantastic microphone, good condenser microphone. But the more I saw this mic sort of appearing, I thought, well, I'll give this a try. And I used it in the booth, and it's fantastic, and I think it would be really good for home records. The reason being is because it's not quite as sensitive as a condenser mic, so it doesn't pick up as much. It's very directional, so kind of anything, if you just sort of off access to it, they're great mics, and sort of, like I say, very, very directional. Now, to compensate for the sort of the output of these mics, which is a lot lower than a condenser mic, you can purchase what they call an inline preamp. And what this does is it gives the microphone a little bit more boost. So on the SM7B, it's a little bit different to your traditional microphone that normally plugs in at the bottom. This has got the connection here. So what we do is we plug our inline adapter there, our preamp. This is by SE Dynamics Dynamite. There's another one you can use called Cloud Lifter, but these are better off actually plugged directly into the microphone than a cable. And what this does is it provides an extra 20, I think it's 27 dB of boost. So it's fantastic. That boosts the mic up, and then it's brilliant. You can actually get right in there for quiet things, because that capsule is a little bit further back. You can actually sort of ride the mic a little bit further or a little bit closer, and making things a little bit intimate. The response is superb, and actually, when you use, if you do have trouble in home studios with bottom end or rumbles, or you're near a road or something like that, what I tend to do is I would take the low end off and then run it through something like Isotope RX, and just take the bottom end out from about 100 hertz. And then, you know, when you actually finish your audiobook up, you can just whack a little bit of bottom end back in at the 180 hertz region, just to sort of fill it back up, if you like, if that makes things. But yeah, superb microphone, highly recommended, and certainly worth checking out as an alternative to a condenser mic if you're working in a home studio and narrating from a home studio. Actually, they've just bought a new SM7B, I think it's called SM7DB, and actually this little gizmo here is actually built into the mic. So they've obviously thought about it, and they appreciate how popular these microphones are, so they're just trying to market it a little bit better without people having to buy one of these extra. But certainly well worth looking at.